Well, I found it, and I did it. I have found the way. Go away, you test. Woo test. Get rid of that thing. I went online and went to the place that has never before been of any help. Microsoft's NSTN Online, and believe it or not, for the first time in history, it supplied me with help, and just the help I needed. Now I know how to get all those paths under, with these known folder ID things. We simply call this function get known folder path. Retrieves the full path of the known folder given its folder known folder ID. Well, I got the known folder IDs from that header file, from that website, right? Here they all are, as string or as GUID, whatever you like best. And all I gotta do is call this function. And here's the help for it. You pass a string, you gotta free it afterwards. It doesn't give a slash at the end. Perfect, no problem. Minimum requirements, Vista only. Okay, no problem. That just means that it's not in my header file, and neither of those known folders. So it's not included with this compiler, but it's certainly in shell32.dll. So known folder sh get known folder path takes it. Oh, that should be colorized. Just a minute. I want it colorized. I'm just going to build myself MS Dev 11 piecemeal. Yeah, so I just load up that proc address, call a function, and of course, this is one of those things where you start out doing it, and you know that you're not going to be able to run your first test till, let's see, 4 or 5 hours later, and so that's 4 or 5 hours where you don't know if it's going to work or not. I had to add another singleton type thing for module handles, but that's no problem. I can globalize all this stuff. At first I checked to make sure the function was there. I'm not that crazy. The function was there in shell 32. The question was, is this the right? Is it standard call or is it C call? I don't know. It doesn't say. So I tried the usual, and it works. And it works. The main thing is it works. You pass it a pointer to a wide string, and it fills that in, so you don't have to figure out the length or anything. And it returns an H result. Now I had a few troubles. I had to add a new function to common, couple new functions. Invalid is a string, a valid GUID string, and convert from string to GUID. Because that, I could have had that function return a GUID instead of string, but whatever. It's good to have this function available. That is the thing that returns me a great big list, right? It doesn't have to return the string identifier could return the GUID instead. I think I'll probably just add that in my shell folders. Here I have pair of strings, right? And that's the string GUID and the string happy name. Now I could just have another one, which takes well, it won't be a list of pairs of things, but probably a general thing, but whatever. Grid and how about just grid? Right. And I'll implement that later. That's not implemented yet. But I'm not calling it, so I won't get a link or error. So yeah, so now I call the function, I get my list, I'm printing it out as before, the GLID string and the name, and now I'm calling get the GLID from the string. It can't really fail. Call that function, and it, of course, initially it was always failing because I didn't have root here. I had virtual. And all those virtual things, they don't have paths. But I noticed that pretty quick, and so when it succeeds, I'll print it out, and you'll see in a second the ones that I've chosen root here. So this is the replacement function. It even says so for the previous function. Where does it say that? Here. No. Somewhere in here it says that this is the replacement for the old shell get folder path. Get special, yeah, here. Replaces this, right? The old function is now just a wrapper for this. Okay. So I run it. Here they are. User profiles, see users. That's the one. Whatever DpapiKeys is there. That's got to be in crypto keys. System, guess where? Localized resources dir. See? It's all right. It's all correct. It's coming back with the right data. And actually, none of these really failed, did they? All these root ones have a path. Maybe I should just assert, just to make sure that they all came back with a path. So you'll know that all of the root ones have a path. There were only like 20 of them at the top. It's not even 20. No assert. So let's just have a. I should have said no, because I don't want that. Yeah, break this. What I want to do anyway is put it into a text file. And there they are. Not the best format. Not going to make this look stand out a bit better. Character terms maybe. 8. So yeah, this function only exists if I have to check for version and so on. But aside from those details, that solves it. Now I can figure out for anything that this returns a path, I can find out what it is. And it's all coming from those GUIDs. Same thing again. Now, have I just rebuilt Notepad? Doesn't really matter, I guess. No. Just that this would run the Notepad and the debug one. So there they are. System is that. Certificates is that. Program files 86 is that, which is the same as program files, as we assumed. Crypto is crypto. These will be the same. System x86 will be the same as system. As a system, right? Same thing. For my 32-bit window, fonts is there. Common program files, common. Program files, common files. Works as the program data profile. AppData. Common AppData is this. That's what that is. I want to include the rest. I guess I will. But I just wanted to let you know quickly that that problem that's been bugging me forever is now has been put to bed. If you're using anything up to Vista, you use the old, get full path thing, the whatever it is, that shell get. It's the one they said in the help, but it also goes by another name. Special folder path. See, I've written the help down in here. About the return values, and there's some other comments and whatnot. But I don't know where to put all the comments. Yeah, use. Where is it? Here's my singleton. List ref. Define path. Yes, special path. What's that? Here. Get special folder path. I don't know what the difference is between that and get folder path. Maybe this one doesn't return them all. I don't know. But it doesn't matter. All I wanted to do was be able to put in one of those weirdo thingies and get a path back. The only thing I want to implement is the other version of that function. Get IB list. Which returns the list of GUIDs. And I have a feeling that I can write the second one in terms of this one. So I'm going to move this over. Okay. Key. Oh, maybe it's the other way around. Okay, fine. No. Well, the key, Hang on a sec. I can still do it this way. I think that would have been faster if I just put the function name, swap the function name instead. TS list of grid that is true. String. Oh, it's no, just the grid, yeah. That's the name. So I gotta change this one. Subkey. If that other thing was an array, I could just do string comparison. Yeah, a new function. Grid from string. Oops. But this gets the name. Oh dear. Well, whatever. Okay. Undo. To do the grid one, I call this one pair of strings. So if this returns true, it's coming up because it's a standard thing. Now I want to go from a string to a grid. first one. I could put the name, but I'd have to make a new, this name, this pair thing. I only have the pair, I don't have a thing that takes two values. Right? Should be all there is to that. So if I want now, that's simple. In this case, I don't want the squares, I just want the grids. It's bubbles. And then if you wanted to, grid to string. No path found for something failed. Get list of folders, list of grids, redefinition of formal parameters. Oh, well, why was it complaining? It's supposed to do this too. Oh, it's supposed to do that in the other case as well. Otherwise, you might call it with something. The list might not be empty, you know. Maybe you call it repeatedly looking for a new entry or something. So yeah, but if the output's not as nice, we don't see the name. I'll make a new thing that's like this pair that has two template arguments. TS pair. I could use the same name, couldn't I? TS pair taking a second argument. Can I convert TS list of grid list folders? It's not a pair of grids, that's true. And I made that stupid mistake because I had to write one of these functions. I made this dumb mistake. I had to use scanf for the first time in like 30 years. Yeah. Let me do. And so I forgot that, I should have known, because I wrote a generalized version of scanf recently. I forgot where I put it. But you can't pass in something like a byte or a word value in here, or else you're going to get stack corruption. You can only take ints. That's all you can pass to scanf. So there you go. Okay. So now you can see identifier equals directory, and you don't really need to know what this is left over from the test. Oops, in my test, these two lines. A thing like scanf doesn't know the size of a particular value, so it takes everything as being the smallest possible thing that you can push on the stack, right? Which is an int. There we go. So if you wanted to do a scanf and a float, you'd have to a float is more than one int worth of bytes, so is a double. So you'd have to do something special in that case, I guess. So there they all are, and it all works perfectly fine. And that saves the day. Now I shall go on to completing, finally returning after a long sojourn to this project. Well, two projects. One is a utility, this, which uses, sorry, in there. That, and there's another thing, which is just a test. This list view thing, which uses my new list view class. Now I merge this thing, which has the fancy list, with this one, which is trying to figure out that user assist. And now I think we have enough information to completely break it down and have a nice printout. Now, the last step, of course, is nobody in the world has actually deciphered that structure, the data structure, and so we'll have to look and try and figure out what's actually in there. Okay, see you. Oops.